IPOB American lawyer Bruce Fein petitions UK Foreign Affairs Secretary over continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu by Nigerian government. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Fein, who is IPOB and Kanu's international spokesman, narrated to trust how he was kidnapped in Kenya and bonded to Nigeria by the collaborative efforts of the two countries, stating that this contravened the Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations of the United Nations Charter. Well, why I'm smiling is, Kenya now will come and say, we are not a mango, we are not a mango, we don't know anything about it. I used to see. Don't think that anybody will rule forever. You see Kenya's role in this. It will not be forgotten, no. History will always have it that this happened this way. I don't care what is going to, I don't know what they told them to agree or accept, but see, history. And you know this thing, this kind of thing, I the cause problem. Even Benin Republic now that are keeping Sunday Igboho, tomorrow when they now ask them, we are not a Mongo, that time they will understand. If Nigeria gets a ruler that wants to right all wrong, it's not going to be funny. It won't be funny for these countries. It will not, because a lot of things that are being done that are not, as in, it does not support any form of fundamental human rights. It does not support at all. It does not support at all. Let's find out more about what Fein is saying. The news in detail, please stay with us. American lawyer Bruce Fein has written the Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs, Elizabeth Truss, over the arbitrary detention of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, by the Nigerian government. Fein, who is IPOB and Kanu's international spokesperson, narrated to Truss how he was kidnapped in Kenya and bonded to Nigeria by the collaborative efforts of the two countries, stating that these contravened the Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations of the United Nations Charter. The American lawyer also cited a similar case of a former Minister of Transportation, Diko, which Israel and Nigeria planned to abduct and repatriate, but the United Kingdom intervened because he carried a British passport. Fein solicited Truss' influence to wade into Kanu's matter because he was also a British citizen. These were contained in the letter dated January 17, 2022 and signed by Fein, who was obtained by Sahara reporters on Monday. The letter reads, Nnamdi Kanu is a citizen of the United Kingdom. We, the undersigned, are Mr. Kanu's international lawyer and spokesman and wife respectively. Kanu was kidnapped and tortured in Kenya last June and subjected to extraordinary rendition to Abuja, Nigeria, by the federal government of Nigeria. There he has been arbitrarily and indefinitely held in solitary confinement without access to necessary medical care or counsel of his choice and subject to continuing torture in violation of international law and covenants. They include, among other things, the Convention Against Torture and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, to which Nigeria is a signatory, and Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. Mr. Kanu alleges crimes consist largely of free speech, broadcast from London on Radio Biafra, protected by UK international law. By UK and international law, at present, the United Kingdom has refrained from openly interceding with Nigerian authorities to protest the flagrant, ongoing lawless maltreatment of one of its citizens. That inactivity compares unfavorably with the UK's reaction in 1984 to the joint Nigerian-Israelite kidnapping in London and attempted extraordinary rendition of former Nigerian Minister of Transportation Diko in Nigerian and 3 Israelis perceived prison sentences. Diplomatic relations with Nigeria were severed for 2 years, all over the mistreat of a notorious Nigerian embezzler of government funds. It also seemed noteworthy that the United Kingdom 2007 Intelligence and Security Committee reports on renditions and the government responses agree on the illegality of extraordinary rendition and the government duty categorically to stay clear of complicity. Juxtapose those cases with Nnamdi Kanu's. He is a United Kingdom citizen. His ongoing indefinite illegal detention by the federal government of Nigeria rests on Mr. Kanu's legally protected broadcast from London on Radio Biafra, as recognized by 5 human rights experts of the United Nations Human Rights Council. This decision makes a much stronger case for the United Kingdom to intercede on his behalf against the FRN extraordinary rendition in violation of international law compared with Omar Diko. We are respectfully requesting an opportunity to meet with your office at your earliest convenience to explore measures that might be undertaken to end Kanu's transparently unlawful detention, persecution, and torture by the federal government of Nigeria, a British Commonwealth country. One option would be to file an amicus curiae brief with the courts presiding over Kanu's pending prosecution. Another would be to protest Nigerian violation of the United Kingdom's right under the Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. Time is of the essence. Every day of delay means an additional day of Nnamdi Kanu's pain, suffering, torture, and illegal detention. It also means an additional day of separation from his 6-year-old son, Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you in advance for your consideration. We will accommodate our schedules to meet with your office. Okay. You see this matter. The Nigerian government are supposed to be very careful. Yes. Especially Nigerian government, that you always go and say, oh, nobody is buying from us, so we are doing this, nobody's investing. How would they invest? How? Just tell me how. Number one, terrorism has built their base in Nigeria. Number two, the so-called terrorists are moving around freely, while people who are supposed to be moving freely are actually in detention. Tell me. How? People who are supposed to be in detention are walking the street freely, but people who are supposed to be walking the street freely are held in detention. It is very sad. I thought the matter was in court and being handled in line with the Nigerian constitution. What then is the concern of the USA government in an internal matter being handled by the Nigerian government under internal laws? Will the matter not get to the Supreme Court's first and final judgment given before an unsatisfied party may begin to seek international justice as permitted by relevant laws? Well, let me say this. The fact that he is a United States citizen, they also have, if you want to say international laws now, I know nothing, but my feel if you want to say international laws, they also have theirs there, and they can come out and say, okay, this is how we run it, and this is how we're not going to run it. What do I know? I'm not a lawyer, neither am I a barrister. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news to say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.